Hey B, how you doing?
Doing all right. A little burnt out from school, but I'm hanging in there. It's only
I
been
hear it. I hear
only
it. I hear it. I hear it. Well, let me be formal. Hey guys, I want to take my time and welcome you guys to the Lauren Hour podcast with your girl Allura D. Yes, y'all. It is midweek. It is early, and I am on the podcast. So, I'm excited to be here today. What
mm,
about you, B?
as always happy to be a part of this ongoing venture with you, and looking forward to
Yes,
these
sir.
topics that we got going on today.
Yes. So, talking about our topics, I want to actually dig right into this. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about PnB rock, and I was so heartbroken to hear the story. For those who don't know who he is a rapper who came out with a song called "Selfish." I believe it's like in maybe 2019 ish, and he was killed uh, September the 14th in California. Uh, Horrible thing, just because it puts me on the mind of Nipsey Hussle all over again, you know. And he was doing a basic thing that everyone do. Like he was out
Yeah.
enjoying a meal.
Didn't he share his
He was
location
out
or something?
enjoying a meal. Yeah. So what they had said was allegedly, PnB Rock uh had said that he was going to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and then his girlfriend had also posted a picture of the meal. And so this story has so many factors that bother me. The one factor was something circulating around the internet that she set him up. And I won't
Mm,
lie, at first when I thought about it, I was like, dang, that sounds like a setup. But then the more I went to his page and I seen that the love that they have for each other, and I'm like, nah, she didn't set this guy up. She didn't set him up at all. And it's just so heartbreaking because we as a people, we the first thing we did was went to accusing her. And you know what's so crazy is we often do that. Like we often don't think about the situation, and we're not sensitive
mhm.
to the people involved in the situation. And I really wanted to get on here and highlight that. B, how did you hear about the story? When did you hear about the story?
I was just glazing through Twitter and Facebook. It
Uh-huh.
popped up on my feed, and there was a comment from Nicki Minaj that was really interesting. But after I talk about that, I'll just go and talk about something else that's really important that we need to spread awareness for. She was mentioning
Yes.
that it's a lot of rappers and people don't really share their interests and things and show their locations of where they hang out because of
Mm,
situations like this. So
right.
also you got to keep in mind that no matter how popular you are, you're going to have the same equal amount of people that do not like you.
Right.
And you keep in mind that you can't always share everything on the web. What I've
Mm,
done since remember Craigslist killer? Remember that one?
yes.
This was back in like 2010, 2011 time
Hmm.
frame. And it was people sharing their, Facebook location and saying this is where they are. They would check in certain places, and this person would go and actually find out where they were and take them out. People were actually getting robbed from their homes because people that they knew when they were not home because they posted on the internet. So
Wow.
there's a lot of bad actors that take advantage of this. So as a let's learn from this. Let's take this as a learning to limit what we're doing on the web.
Right.
Limit our social postings. Don't show every second of your life to
Like,
everyone.
yes,
Photo
I agree with
of
that.
everything that you experience. Your photo should be here in your head or private. You know,
Right.
if you feel like you're gonna forget about it, you want to capture the moment, that's fine, but don't
Well,
put up everything.
yeah. And let,
So,
let me say, oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry, B.
Well,
To
I was.
highlight that,
Mhm.
I think it's a very sad thing that people enjoy the moments in their life and they want to share it with the world. And I believe that's what he was doing. He never thought that the day he shared his location, or he just took a picture, or she took a picture of the food at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, that would be their last meal together. Um, this is this is the question that I pose. So, to like I said, this situation puts me on the mind of Nipsey Hussle and
Mhm.
how Nipsey Hussle went without security because he's like, this is my city, this is my home. I'm from here. And I think a lot of celebrities and a lot of rappers forget, like, once you make it, not everyone is home anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be people in your hometown who are going to wish you the best in your face and be planning your demise behind your back. And I really don't know if he knew the guys who robbed, well, attempted, well, killed him. Um, but either way it goes, it's just all around bad. Like, celebrities are people. You know, they should be able to go out, enjoy a meal. You know, they're not supposed to be locked away as a hermit. You want to enjoy being able to spot a celebrity once in a while. Now they're not going to want to come out and
Right.
enjoy their life a little bit. But to change gears, B, I I feel so hurt by this killing because
Mhm.
it's another young black life taken. It's another young black rapper. And
Mhm.
it's just like, rap is a dangerous job. You When you think about dangerous jobs, rap should not be one of them. You should think about being a police officer, a fireman, a firewoman, a police woman,
First
uh,
responder,
any first
military,
responder, right?
yeah,
In the heart of the action. And
electrician.
yes, real risk. There should not be a risk to your health being a rapper, and that is the problem
Yep.
that it associates with our community. And so a lot of people aren't going to like me for this, but let's just say what it is. PnB's blood is on the hands of the black community, and
Um,
people
one,
aren't going to like that.
I wouldn't say that. What I would say is it's on the hands of social media and then how it got out of control. I'm gonna blame it on that. Um, I'll tell you this as an IT professional. Ever since those times came out when I was just sharing about the Craigslist killer and about
Hmm.
people being robbed and stuff, people being things being taken from their private residence.
Uh-huh.
The issues that I have seen is social media has become a problem, and that people need to learn social media etiquette. You just
Yes,
want to talk
I
to
agree.
people when they go into like college classes and college courses, because professionally, you want to build a good background and like a good history. Got to fly over here. You want to
I'm
build a
sorry.
good like social media history to where if you do get a potential employer, they'll look at what you've posted and stuff and see what kind of person you are, because that's how they do it. But social media etiquette also limiting what you post. So my recommendations are, if you are going to post after you've done your event. Meaning,
Right.
if you are going to go to a location and you are there at that location, do not post it as you are in that location. Post it as you have just came from that
From that location,
for
right.
a while before you do it again, because you do not want to be in the vicinity. It's just so social media has become something where it's an instant gratification moment. People want to
Hmm.
see the now, they don't want to see the thens. They want to see like what's happening right this moment. Is there a celebrity there? And then
Right,
all.
right.
And
So,
also, some celebrities need to stop going back to their old hoods. You know,
yeah.
sometimes you have to keep in mind that you have a status and people hate on you.
Hmm. Right. And so we have a comment. Shaka said, California strikes again. You
Yeah.
know what? It's so sad. It really is sad that a lot of rappers lose their lives in California. Tupac, uh, uh, like I said, Nipsey Hussle, and a few others. But Brandon, the reason why I said PnB Rock's death is on the hands of the Black community. This is my personal opinion, and you know what? I never used to have opinions like that
Right.
until I just turned on the news, and every time I see the news, is a young rapper getting killed, an up and coming rapper here. What Pop Smoke? They say got killed in the shower, and then it's just like I seen a Facebook post where someone said, if these people are eating meals, taking showers, or just doing things with their family, why is it always they getting caught lacking? You're not getting caught lacking. They're getting caught living, and they have the right to live. But my initial comment about why is it on the Black community? The reason why I believe his death and so many other rappers' deaths are on the Black community is because we allow these things to go on. We allow for the entertainment of rap to be so dangerous. If we did not entertain some of the violence that come out of these songs or the beef that comes along with the record labels, and if we took care of ours, then we wouldn't have to worry about that, because you have to think about it. There is some executive that's always going to want to make more money. So
Right.
how do you make money? I'm going to send you up with little Tokyo, and you and little Tokyo going to act like y'all got beef, even though y'all been friends since the third grade, since red light, green light, and four flats on Cadillac. We're going
Oh
to make you
well,
guys
yeah.
beef.
Well then, well, let me piggyback off of that. Then, if you're going to use that as a example, let's go back to the '90s. You know, gangster rap. That beef with Tupac and Biggie was manufactured. That was manipulation from was it Suge Knight and
And
P
Puffy.
Diddy.
Yes. So
They
we got,
wanted that to sell the records. It's not
yes.
on California's hands. That's what he said. Shaka,
Okay.
Shaka. Do you agree that the gangster rap movement that happened in the early '90s, where it was manufactured to help sell records, when Pac was actually against it, but Suge Knight threatened him, and that's why what's his name left. Snoop said that's not the life for me. Right
Yeah.
after they hung that kid upside down and he was threatening to kill him and throw him out of the balcony, that's when Pac just went along with it. But Snoop said, I'm done. This is not for me." And Snoop's still here. Out of all those guys, it's just Snoop and Dre right
Because he
now.
knew when to walk away.
Hmm.
And the reason, if if and this is another thing, I'm gonna have to say it, and people are not gonna like me, because everyone knows I'm pro Black. I'm pro Black, but in order for us to grow, we
Wakanda.
have to, right. Wakanda forever. In
Wakanda.
order
Yeah.
in order for us to grow as a community, and in order for our Black men to survive, we have to understand that sometimes we are the danger to ourselves.
Hmm.
And the reason why I say that is because when you send your children out with a young Black kid you do not know, the first thing you say, I want to know who he is. I want to know, do he have a driver's license? And do not just be riding in the car with him, because you don't know if he or she has drugs in the car. If you get pulled over, they could say it's yours. We just don't know. So those are the things that we prepare our children, our Black children, for when they go out into the world to hang with their Black friends.
Hmm.
And that is so sad. But we, like I said, we have to hold our own accountable. Like, the biggest excuse amongst Black people right now is, it's the white man's fault. It's the white man's fault. We can't put this man's death on the white man. We can't. And the reason why we can't do that is because we let people exploit us. If I come and I let Brandon, if I come into your home
Hmm.
and I just destroy your home, you can't blame no one else but me and yourself, right?
No, it
Because
was the
you
white
allowed
man
it.
that gave you the ability to get in a car, Henry Ford. It's that white man that caused you to be able to drive up to me. And then that white man, that architect that built this building.
Right.
Your fault.
Right. But
Yeah, I
no,
get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I would hold you accountable for your actions.
right. I have to be held
Yo,
accountable.
Stone was good.
No,
Yeah,
no white man behind a curtain. Blackie Stone said, I agree. No white man behind a curtain holds the key to my future, because
right.
I ultimately choose what I want to do.
Yeah.
Now, if you put yourself in a situation where they get a hold of you, now that's a different story. But as of right now, when you have the freedom of speech and you have the right to walk outside your house, you are in control of your actions and the decisions that you make. But the most hurtful thing is that we as a black community, black men mostly, they idolize these chains. This guy's life was taken over some chains. And it's just like a piece of jewelry that they can't go and pawn, because as soon as you pawn it, it's going to be the jury person, whoever made it,
Yeah,
they're
the
going to be
cop,
notified. The
yeah.
police going to be notified. So now you just killed this person for some jewelry that you can't even get rid of. It's just hot for no reason. And that equates status in the black communities. Jordans equate status. Labels equate status. Is no longer education. See, back in the day, like in the I want to say the Renaissance era.
Oh, 1600s. Yeah.
Yes. Labels didn't really equate making it. It
They
was
had
your
them.
status. It was your status of your education. If you were smart, you knew how to manage money.
No, no,
You
no.
people wanted.
That's not how it worked in the 1700s. We were just
Oh no
coming
no
out
no!
of the feudal
I just
system.
wrote a 500
No, we were just coming out of the feudal system. What happened is we had a good 500-600 years of no technology increases or anything.
no, I'm
If
not
you
talking
were
about
rich, you
technology.
had education. Only the rich had education. Reading wasn't a
No,
thing.
no, 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 no. They did not. I have the book. I'm gonna pull it up for you later. I just
Okay.
did the chapter. I just did this chapter. I had
Okay.
to write a paper on it. So what I learned was in that era, they were rebelling against the French, right? And so education was important because they no longer trusted the churches. They no longer trust the politicians. So it was the aristocrats. They were formed. And then it was like education, education, and then wealth came into it. Because when they first formed, they used to be warehouse workers,
Mm,
bankers, financial advisors and stuff like that. But they were all smart. And so that's what equated wealth back then and success. But now, in order for you to be successful, you got to have a pair of Jordans on. You got to have
like
some Balenciagas. I think that's what they're called. You got to have some Gucci. In our
that,
community, it
that's
is.
the facade. That's the facade.
Is that
So
it's a facade.
that's the because you see people in debt wearing those clothes. So and all
That's
that
true.
sneakers, right? People in debt are doing that. They're doing that to showcase that they have it, but they really don't. What I do, I don't. I'm a very interesting individual. I will spend my cash on things that I feel valued that bring value to me. One thing that doesn't though are clothes. I kind of turned away from it because when I noticed that the billionaires, their whole getup cost less than $100, I was like,
Right.
something's
Right.
here.
Billionaires wearing $50 worth of clothes.
So that I was like, something's they're putting their monies towards something else, and that's not what they wear. So I
Right.
looked into that, and
Right.
I thought that was
Or
interesting.
or 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 how about this? I don't know if you guys remember when the uniform system first came out, when we was at Sheridan Elementary. They brought the uniform system to the school system because there were a lot of children being teased because they couldn't afford the Nikes, the Felines, and whatever other shoe was popular in that time frame. Oh, what was it
Adidas,
called? The
Reebok,
what was that? He was
British
a
Knights,
rapper, the Penny Hardaway. They
Hardaway,
couldn't afford those type of
sneakers.
shoes. Yes, and
Yeah.
their clothes may have not been designer, or it might have been a little bit cheaper, might have been from the Goodwill. So
Mhm.
they came up with the uniform system to make all children look alike so that we could not separate each other by wealth. We couldn't say, oh, you got more than me, you have less than me, because we all look alike. We all dressed alike. So they try to take that aspect out of it. But then they wanted to break the rules. We're not going to make them wear mandatory shoes. We're going to let them wear whatever shoes they want. Bam,
Yep. You got
shoes were a
people
big
walking with.
factor in the 90s. People
Mm-hmm.
were getting killed over Jordans. This has been a tale that's been so long, like it's just
Hmm.
a long tale, okay, since the 90s. I can't even get my words together right because I'm so fired up about this story, and I'm just so
Right.
ashamed of our black community and the black men that did this because it was jury. We're killing each other over material things. And then they say, oh, there's always a white person holding. No, you're holding yourself back.
Oh,
The
I've been
moment that
trying
you,
to say that the mentality for years. I've been saying that the mentality needs to change.
it
People have to
does.
take take a look at why am I in this situation? Like the accountability needs to come into place, and the
Right.
victim playing needs to stop. And I've been saying that
Right.
for a long time.
Right.
It really does.
And also we need to stop highlighting all these frauds, these men. We have so many black men who say they represent the black community. They do not represent the black community. What they want to do is they want to step foot in the black community, and for the black people in the community who don't have what they have, they want to stunt. They want to come say, look what I have. I built this wealth. I did this. I did that. But they don't really want to reach out a hand and help these young men and let them know, listen, all these rappers who got all these grills and they wearing all these chains, take it off. Take it off. Show these young men that you are more than a chain. You are more than a grill. Let them know that education is key. You get an education and you going out into that world and you putting your best foot forward, you will succeed if you do not quit. Because
Yeah.
they don't share the story of, I had a mixtape after mixtape after mixtape, and it failed and failed and failed, and bam, somebody heard this mixtape and I was on. It didn't
Oh,
take no grill
yep.
for me to get there. It didn't take
You
no
know,
big chains for me to get there. They made it
yep. And
before that.
also another thing they don't talk about is like a lot about half of those rappers are Julian Arts graduates.
Yes.
So it's like Tupac went to the school of Julian Arts. He was a very intelligent person, poetic. What happened is he got with Suge, and Suge changed his whole personality because dude was with Digital Underground before he became a solo artist.
Yes. The Humpty dance, Humpty something, do it
And he
up,
was
do it,
singing. He
baby.
sings. He was singing all around the world. He sings the hook.
And I never knew that was him until Digital Underground died.
No, I found out when I watched the movie because they were featured in a movie with Chevy Chase and Dan
Yes.
Aykroyd.
Oh, yes. The one with when they was trying to escape that weird
Yeah.
world. I
hmm
love that movie.
I forget what it's
Yes.
called. Nothing But Trouble, I think it's called.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's called Nothing But Trouble by Chevy Chase. It's a 1991 film. Digital Underground is featured, and they actually debut that song all around the world. That's how that song came out, was in the theaters. But
Yes.
I saw Tupac there, and I was like, that's Tupac. And I started cracking up because I had Strictly From My Niggas in there. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, why is he singing? He's a gangster rapper. So I kind of thought that was very interesting. And like, it's not only him. There's other rappers that actually have degrees. And P. Diddy's got a master's degree in business. So educate
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these people that they push the gangster rap. It's like they're very educated. There's a very few that didn't have a formal education. Wu-Tang Clan,
Right.
Method Man has formal education. Method Man don't. I mean, Redman doesn't. But RZA got a formal education. Ghostface Killer got a formal education because they all was like, okay, we're gonna invest in
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. The only one, rest in peace, ODB. That dude was cashing welfare checks
Right.
on live television.
Oh, I love that dude.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I could talk about that for hours. But we're nearing our 30-minute mark, and I really just want to kind of just really want to go through and re-highlight and reiterate on what I was trying to say. I am not trying to tear down the black community. I love the black community. The black community, I'm black. That is my home. But we have to do better. And we can't keep on blaming everyone else for our decisions. We can't say it was the white man's fault that those boys went and robbed that boy for his chain. That is a no, sir. That is a no, sir. There are many jobs out here hiring right now. The problem is people want things instantly.
Yep.
People have to look at things like this. This is why I don't steal, and I never did steal. I can't take satisfaction and taking from someone else. That's like me going to someone's home and stealing their TV and planting it on my wall, and then me sitting with my feet kicked back and relaxing and watching that TV. I didn't earn that. How can I be okay watching something that I didn't put hard work in to get? Anything that I have, I like to look at it and be like, you know what? I did that. I love that I was able to do that. I cannot sit comfortably and take from someone else and then be like, oh, yeah, I'm winning. I'm winning. You are not winning. It's only a matter of time before you meet your demise or
Yeah.
karma gets you, or we don't know what you have done is going to trickle back down to your family. Think about these
Right.
things before you do it. A life is worth more than a piece of jewelry. You cannot take diamonds into heaven. You can't take them into hell. Okay. They, yeah, can't eat them. They're not substance. Okay. There is nothing that diamonds and chains can do for you. If you think about it, say, I can pawn them for some money. You stealing, you most likely going to go to jail. And then what are those diamonds going to do for you while you're sitting in jail? They're not going to pay your rent. Not going to pay your
Nope.
mortgage. They're not going to feed your children. Not going to take care of your mama. Not going to take care of your sick granny. Not going to put money on your commissary.
Not at all. Let's
B,
change the
did you have
mindset, guys. That's pretty much, let's just get the community involved in like knowing that education is key and building yourself into a better situation for your future. Think
right?
about not now, but think about what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right. And be aware of your surroundings. Ladies, gentlemen, I don't care if you feel like you've been from, I'm going to say Youngstown because I'm from Youngstown. I don't care if you say I was born, bred, and raised on the Youngstown South Side. Everybody know me. You never know no one's intention for you. You have to protect yourself at all times. And what I mean by that is, if you have to remove yourself from the danger area, remove yourself. Because sometimes if you're from a place like where I'm from and people don't have the mindset to change, you can't go back in there and change them. You can lecture them, give them as much information as you want to, but it takes for them to reach the point of I am tired for them to change. And don't put yourself, look at this young Dolph shopping for cookies, get like in his hood, in his home.
Right.
Black people, we can't say that we're safe in our neighborhoods. White people feel so safe to jog down their streets because they know their neighbor is not coveting what they have. We have to do better. We can't covet what someone else has. We have to go out there and work hard for it. But I'm gonna wrap this up because Lord knows this really, really touched me, and I was really just so sad to see this young man life just gone so soon. And it wasn't the end for him; it was the beginning for him. He was starting his journey. He had more fame. He was just enjoying his life. He just wanted to have a normal life. He put in his work. He did what he was supposed to do. He did not deserve to die like that. And to his girlfriend, I am so sorry for your loss. We will be praying for you. We'll keep you in our thoughts because I can't even imagine the trauma that she must feel to lose the man that she loves in front of her.
Word.
Scarface. Black
Scarface.
Stone say
Yeah,
Scarface.
that's right. Scarface.
Right. Wow. Just sad. That's
Rest.
sad.
Yep.
Well, guys, D-Bass, I want to thank you for getting on because you know what? This is not our normal time.
Not at all.
But I appreciate you. Guys, please check us out at 9:45 tonight. We will be back on at 9:45 p.m. tonight to talk
Yep.
about the young lady Piper. Piper, she's a 17-year-old woman, young woman, who has to pay $150,000 in restitution to her abuser's family. And I am just
That
shocked
is
that this
appalling,
is
man.
even a thing. I'm
This was a court
horrified.
and actually heard and like had witnesses and testimony
Yes.
and did this wow, like
Dentonia Brown all over again. But we're going to cover that story tonight at 9:45 p.m. on YouTube at the Lauren Hour Podcast with Laura Dannon. And also check us out on Facebook, the Lauren Hour Podcast with Laura Dannon. Guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We would totally appreciate the support. You guys be safe. One love. Take care of each other, y'all. Tomorrow's not promised. Take care of each
nope.
other. And we're out.
Yep.
Bye, guys.